your day.
Every past identity is outcast in society. Dark and hazy city nights, immersed in the neon lights. People in the shadows fight a higher cause to change our lives. Close my eyes, I try to sleep, but in the mind, there's no reality. I'm latching on to all I know.
And why do I feel like I want to tear my heart out?
I have no idea where to go.
With water. Like a cheese souffle. And this is a melon pan. Chocolate chip. Just gonna sit by the river and eat breakfast. Enjoy the sunrise. I used to come here a lot, or actually I guess I still do, just to clear my mind, to think that I'm depressed, think about life, you know? Sometimes when I find myself on my phone way too much, it helps to just come take a walk here. Think about life. About what I want, where I want to be, where I want to go. Things like that. It's beautiful down here. I feel super duper self-conscious filming out in public, so at least for starters, to start out, I might have to come down here and film some videos of just talking. It's currently like 6 a.m. so I can't really be talking in my room. I live in a share house, so I have about 5 roommates, and they would not be very appreciative if I was yapping to a camera in the morning at 6 a.m. But yeah, let's get situated somewhere down here, and then have a quick talk about how the day is gonna hopefully go. I'm really new to this, so I have no idea what I'm doing. I just realized that my time is running real short. Like I have literally no time. Maybe 1.5 months left to drive here. So anytime I'm not filming is time I could be filming. And the number one thing right now isn't to have the highest level of quality possible, even though quality is nice. But the most important thing is to keep filming, to keep updating you guys with the story of how it's progressing, what's going on. The most important thing right now is the story. To tell the story, to get the story out there, to publish the story. Quality will come with time. Once I have more traction, I can hire people to edit and film for me, but right now it's just me on my own, trying to figure out my life and be successful at the same time, starting from not nothing, that's for sure. I certainly have a lot more than many other people who would probably give quite a bit to be in my situation. However, I'm certainly not starting with a massive head start. Okay, let's sit here. Okay, so it's currently Wednesday, about 6 a.m. I need to build the Z today, so currently the bumpers smashed, the headlights smashed, but that's fine, it's a drift car. The diff was a viscous LSD, which is nice, but it was pretty much totally worn out, so it basically acted like an open diff. Because of that, it's about time we get a welded differential in there, so I bought an RC33 open differential from a V36 Skyline, which you would know over in the States as a G37. So open diff from an automatic car, so it's a 3.3 final drive instead of a 3.5. Apparently we can change out the ring gear, so we can make it a 3.5 if we want to. And that's currently being welded. It's costing me 20,000 yen, and then the diff was 10,000 yen. So for 30,000 yen, we're getting a welded diff. Whereas an LSD, like a Cusco or a Nismo LSD, would be around 100,000 yen, which is close to $1,000. And I'm on a tight budget. I'm not keeping this car for very long. I just need to put down some runs. Tokushima, Neihan, Bihoku, Kansai area in 1.5 months, as far as I know for right now. So with the limited time frame that we are working with, I feel like spending a bunch of money on a car that I may or may not even be able to keep if I'm going back to the US would be a waste. So because of that, just doing everything on a super tight budget, and also because I'm kind of broke. You know, it's not cheap moving out here to Japan with, I mean, at this point I'm not working. I was working part-time before, like 2 different jobs. I was working in a recycling plant, and then I was also working at a store on the weekends. I mean, I got paid about $7 an hour. It's nothing crazy, but it's more than zero, which is what I'm currently raking in. So because of that, I'm trying to stay on a tight budget, not spend all my life savings, because if I end up back in the US, I do need to be able to survive still. I don't want to end up homeless or anything. Stupid dreams are stupid, right? But we need to limit how far we go. I can't just give up every penny to my name in order to chase something that is very unlikely to happen at all. because my goal is, I want to end up in D1 GP or Formula Drift for now, and then once I get really good at drifting, once I dominate the drifting field, I want to move to touring car racing. Kind of like the path that KT Tsuchiya followed. He started out in the mountains, progressed to drifting. Well, not really drifting. Drifting wasn't a thing back then, but he started out on the mountains drifting, and then he moved to competitive touring car racing. Right now, I'm just out on the mountains learning car control, allegedly, in a Assetto Corsa, learning car control, drifting, grip racing even, and it's all for the sake of driving on the circuit. So how do I feel about driving on the tailgate, on the mountain passes, the canyons? I feel like it's a lot more accessible than driving on the track. Not everybody has the money, the time, the resources to go to track days, and even when we do, it's very hard to do so still. Driving on the mountain, when done safely and correctly, well within your limits. Obviously, we can't go 100% on the street. That's just dangerous. That's how people die. But well within your limits, just slowly improving, practicing driving techniques safely in a good, safe way. That's, I think, something very good. Something we should see more of. We should go out there together and learn how to drive. I'm not saying we should be street racing, okay? I'm just saying we should go out there and learn some car control, learn how to, use heel toe, for example. A lot of manual drivers, you'd be surprised, they can't even use heel toe. It occurs to me I've never actually showed my face on this channel before, but it's gonna become a necessity, right? If I want to be a pro driver, you can't exactly be a faceless pro driver, or at the very least, not easily. So, as far as plans for the day, we need to fix the Z. The differential needs to be swapped to the welded one if I can pick it up. I'm not sure it's ready yet, so if we can't pick up the welded diff, then we will do that a different day. But definitely today we need to switch out a wheel hub, because I found out the other day when I was going to place the handbrake shoes that the wheel hub is shaking around. The whole wheel is just moving, which is definitely suboptimal if I'm planning to be driving it all weekend and beating on the car at Tokushima Kartland. I definitely need it to not have the wheel fall off if I want to make it home. It's like a 3-hour drive. So first things first, we need to get that wheel hub installed. It's not even here yet. It's supposed to be delivered this morning. Hopefully they follow through. Hopefully they come through with that, deliver the wheel hub so that I can get that installed. A friend of mine who has a shop is going to be helping me install the parts. He wants to start a shop of his own, which is, I think, a very cool dream. He has his own place. Right now, he just doesn't have money to start his own shop at the moment. So, super cool to be able to support him a little bit as well. Honestly, I'm probably not paying him enough money. We're broke here, so what can I say? Project Mu is the company that makes the brake shoes that I'm going to be installing. So, Project Mu brake pads and brake shoes, depending what kind of handbrake system your car uses. The D1 spec is like the best handbrake stuff you can get. It's called the Japanese Hydro sometimes. It's probably better than a Hydro or as good as a Hydro as far as locking power. You just gotta adjust your handbrake correctly. The Z has separate brake drums in the rear for the handbrake that work independently from the brake calipers. So, because of that, I can install some really aggressive brake shoes, and then I can keep a normal pad in there for when I'm doing grip driving. That way the rear doesn't lock up on me and cause me to spin out and crash. So that would be suboptimal, I believe. I only have one car and cannot afford to replace it right now. Yeah. I have no idea what I'm doing as it is. Don't need to make anything harder than it has to be at this point. So, today we're going to swap in those handbrake shoes and the wheel hub and tighten down all the nuts and bolts, make sure everything's ready to go. We're not doing an oil change just yet. The oil change was just done before I got the car. I know it would be safer to do an oil change, but I just don't have the resources to the point where it's super easy to do so. So I will change the oil after this event. Bismillah, hopefully we don't come to regret that decision. But it looks really clean, it looks like good oil, so I'm just gonna trust it for now. Yeah, I mean, I beat on the car quite a bit on the tailgate, allegedly, so I'm fairly confident the oil's doing fine. I have an oil pressure gauge in the Z, so if anything happens, I can turn off the car right away and not worry about engine damage. It's a VQ, so it does leak some oil from like the valve cover gaskets and whatnot, but it's nothing major, and I'm not gonna be too concerned with it for a car that I'm most likely gonna keep for only about a month or two. I'll obviously be editing this video a little bit, not too much. I'm not gonna do anything crazy as far as editing at this stage, just because I want to be pushing content out every day. If I focus too much on editing, I'm definitely gonna be a little bit bogged down by that and not be able to put out content as quickly, as efficiently, and with as much confidence. Because of the way things are now, quality will go down a little bit. There's an inverse relationship between content amount and content quality. So because I want to ramp up content amount in this short span, content quality is going to be sacrificed a little bit. I just hope you all can understand that and not get too mad at me for that. Hopefully content quality is going to go way up as we progress with time. But as I said, for now, I just want to focus on pushing my story out there for all of you. And if that's something you want to see, if that's something that you enjoy, let me know. And if it's something that you think is a waste of time for me to do, if you're really not feeling it, then also let me know, because I'm not going to keep trying to put it out there if it's something that you guys don't even want to see, right? So your feedback is very important to me. Drop me a comment down below anytime about anything. I almost always respond to comments, so yeah, I will see you down there. Also, if you happen to be in Japan, like in the Kansai area, and you want to hang out, drop me a line. My Instagram is in the description of the video. Also, I post quite a bit on that Instagram every day, so I do want to post every day on my YouTube now as well. That is my goal. It's going to be difficult to make videos every day, but I'm going to try my best to do it for all of you guys, to bring you basically here in Japan with me, following along my journey as if you're right here with me. That's my goal, to show you every step of the way, to show you what life is like here, what racing is like here, what the car culture is like here, and bring you along for the ride with me. That's my goal. I want to grow this channel. I know we're at like 25,000 subscribers, but most of you just came because I uploaded Wangan Midnight and Initial D. I also need to find a way to practice the Tokushima Kartland track. Tokushima Kartland track is where we're going to be doing my first drift event in the Z next week. So Saturday I want to go get some good practice runs down, find my line, get the Sanpatsu correct, maybe get a bit of a reverse entry going. Not a reverse entry, but a nice clean entry. We are working with mostly stock angles, so it's not going to be a reverse entry, but I want to be able to get a good entry angle and also link all the corners, because I know I'm not going to do anything more than like beginner class, but I am fairly confident that I can win in beginner class. There's no tandems in beginner class, so I don't have to worry about smashing into anyone. The other day I actually hit, I can't call him a friend, because at that time he wasn't a friend yet. I had just met him that night, rode in his car, in his Sylvia, and then I was like, can I drive too? And I drove behind their drift train and smashed into the back of his Sylvia like an idiot. I mean, if it was me, I would have been furious. This idiot gaijin, baka gaijin, comes in this random smashed up Z33. You trust him to follow you, and then comes into the corner and smashes into the back of your car. Like, I felt so bad. I offered to pay for it, but he wouldn't even accept that. So yeah, what are you gonna do? Everyone makes mistakes sometimes. I guess this is just one more lesson, one more milestone in my journey, right? At the end of the day, every single experience we go through is part of the building blocks that transform us into the people that we become. It's all these experiences and memories and good and bad things that happen to us, or things that we do, that really change our lives and bring us closer to the people we want to become. Bro's yapping way too much, right? Yo, let me know. Should I stop yapping or should I keep yapping? in the future, for future videos, how much do you want me to yap about life, about cars, about Japan? Yeah, let me know, because sometimes I just don't know when to stop yapping, it feels like. What are these things? Are these hermit crabs? I have no idea, honestly. And then there's also underneath the water. You see that? What are those things? And they're growing as well. It's not like they're just small and they stay there. Watch this, watch this. They get bigger as well. Look how big these things are. There's a massive nest of it. This is straight out of a horror show. Look at this stuff, dude. And when the water moves, it just goes everywhere and it moves and it's Can you see this? There you go. Are you looking at this right now? That is so creepy. But yeah, I don't know what that is, but it's living here in its own little ecosystem. There's just something about being down here. So beautiful. And I just got word from my friend who is helping me with my differential. He said he will be calling the guy who is doing the welding today, and we will see if it's ready or not. Bismillah. The willow trees are so beautiful against the sky. The leaves. Probably sit and read some Quran for a while. Actually, I should have done that back in the park. That would have been nice. I guess I kind of got caught up with recording. And then train a little bit. I call it training, but really just playing Roblox. Untitled Drift game is, I feel like most of the cars just kind of slip way too much as if they're on water or ice. It's kind of realistic if you're talking about rain driving. But there are grippier cars too. Yeah, this is a real Japanese road, by the way. It's a sick looking Land Cruiser. I got some green tea for like 100 yen. Ate some junk food. I was thinking maybe we should work on the Z. Fix the handbrake. My wheel hub never came, so replacing that's gonna be a bit of an issue. All well and good, because the diff isn't ready either, so I guess we can grab the diff and hopefully get my freaking wheel hub by tomorrow, and then on Friday install everything. But that needs to come because I am out of time. If I get the car together on Friday, I have Friday night to practice on the mountain, and then Saturday at Tokushima try to get the line right. And if something breaks, I mean, we have very little time to do some testing. Then Sunday's the competition. My room really needs to be cleaned, so I might work on that for a bit. And then go work on the Z, do anything I can, because at this point, any task that's remaining on the Z, getting it done with it right now is crucial. If I get the handbrake like even semi-working, I can go out tonight and try to test that a bit, work on my entries, just because any seat time in the Z right now is pretty important, because I just changed from the Altezza to the Z. So getting to know this car really well is going to be important. But yeah, I had a dash cam in my Z, not the Z, the Altezza, the Z edition Altezza. So I have all this footage that I have no idea what to do with from just driving around. And there is tailgate footage as well, but not as much as I would like. Most of it is just driving around. For practice, because I don't have a wheel or anything here in Japan, so honestly, a really good practice tool I've found is this game on Roblox, Untitled Drift Game. Some of the cars, or really most of the cars, just feel like driving in the rain, but still it's very good for practicing line choice and throttle control. Steering is obviously very different on a keyboard versus a steering wheel. That's one of the things I'm struggling with. It's a real shame, but I actually found a Tokushima Cartland map on Roblox. The only problem is you need admin privileges to even spawn a car, which, for obvious reasons, is an issue. Because this game was made a long time ago and the admins are no longer active. So I can walk the course all I want, which is nice, but at a certain point I would really like to be able to drive. And I can't, because you can't spawn a car. Yeah. It's pretty good actually. Washing it down with some green tea. And guess what finally came? The hub bearing. It's pretty hefty. It's better fit. So I'm trying to make my own Tokushima Cartland map to practice. Drinking a lot of green tea. My welded diff, the guy who welded it wants like double the money now for some reason, which sucks. My hub bearing finally came, which is nice, I guess, because the diff wasn't ready today. Can't fix the car today, and my mechanic friend isn't available again until Saturday, meaning goodbye practice day. Microwavable pizza and ramen. Can't really see the moon on camera that well, but yeah, the moon's full moon, shining bright. I got like nothing done today at all whatsoever. I probably shouldn't even upload this video, to be honest, but I'm gonna do it anyway, because that's what I promised myself I would do. I mean, not a very productive day, but it was one of the days of all time. I'm gonna enjoy my dinner and then call it a night, I guess.